Okay, it's just about daylight here, and I'm gonna do me a quick comparison here between the solar panel. I got this ready to go hooked to this battery, and the wind turbine. I want to see for a full day during the day with sun and a full night with no sun, what the comparisons are, and also what the upkeep is on this in comparison to the solar panel. So as soon as it turns day, I'm going to plug them both in, and then we'll see. I'll just skip and I'll get right directly to the end of the day, and then I'm gonna pause my game though, so nothing has any more than the other. So, all right, it's just about daylight, so I'm going to go ahead and plug these in. This should start turning. Okay, here we go. This is the first test. I'm going to go the full length of the day cycle here and see which one. Right now, this one is giving off 2.3 kilowatts. And this one is giving off 4.7. So it's a little bit more, but we'll have to see what happens during the night, because this will run all night and this won't. So we'll have to see what happens during the nighttime. And I also want to see during a day-night cycle what kind of upkeep this takes. Because right now, see, I just put it up. There's no destruction to it at all. It's 100%. So I just want to see how much they deteriorate through basically a full day. You know, a day cycle and a night cycle. And see how much it deteriorates. And then also see how much this deteriorates. Which, these don't deteriorate usually unless they get like shot by a bullet, or one of them angels or something shoots it somehow or another. That's about the only way they get any kind of destruction to them. So, but I'm gonna see what it does, and I'm gonna let it go. You know, even if it rains during the day, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna let it go full day cycle, full night cycle, and I'm gonna pause in between, and I'm gonna give the specifics on what happened. You know, like how full the battery is and all that kind of stuff. But see, that's not turning very fast. But as you can see by them flags, it's not real windy either. So, but if you play the game at all, you know there's storms in the game. So during the storms, when the waves get higher on the ocean here, that it could potentially get up even higher than this gets. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'm going to check this just one more time. You got 4.8 right now. Going through that. And this has got 2.4. So it's exactly double. And see, this is not shaded. This is nothing. This is not blocked by anything either. So it's strictly going by the wind. It's whatever the wind's doing, that's what it's doing. I don't have it any disadvantage or nothing like that. So I'm just going to stop. I was going to do a side by side real quick. I was going to put them right here so that way I could see what they were doing side by side. But I thought maybe it would give the one or the other a disadvantage. You know, like say if I put the wind turbine right here, maybe when the sun's on this side, it might shade this, or vice versa. You know, the wind might be coming from that direction and hitting this and not allowing the wind turbine to go at its full capacity. So I separated them. I'll run back and forth. It doesn't matter. But this way it's a fair trial. is what I'm trying to say. There's nothing blocking either one. They're both right out in the wide open. And I also just wanted to say real quick that these are both, this is a Lumimid, which is a level 2 solar panel, and this is Cyclone, which is a level 2 wind turbine. So this all, as you can see, if I go into my skills, this is all, you can get all of this by level 8. So this is kind of like early mid game is what it is. So you're able to get this fairly early in the game versus all the other high ones are way down there. So I just wanted to do the comparison on the ones that people could get, you know, kind of early on. So that's what I done it on is, and the medium battery opens the same time in level 8 as the Cyclone does. So these are all things you can get by level 8 when you get to level 8. So, okay, so it's almost dark now. And I let it go all day and all during the daylight cycle. And I just wanted to let you know something real quick. It did rain while it was still daylight out. And this right here, when it first started, when it's in full sun like it is right now, was 4.8 kilowatts. During that storm, it went down to 2.1 kilowatts. So it goes down during a storm, obviously, because there's no sun. This right here was 2.4 kilowatts while the sun was out. And during that storm, it went to 7.5 kilowatts, as high as it got. So I just wanted to let you know that real quick, that because the wind came up, obviously it went higher. So, and it's almost dark, so I'm going to look real quick, where as soon as it gets dark here, it's just about down. And I'm going to look at both of them real quick, and I'm not going to unhook them. I was going to unhook them, but I'm not going to, because I think it would be an unfair to the wind turbine if I unhooked them both. So I'm just going to look at them real quick and see what they are as far as the batteries go, and just write it down, and then let it go through the night cycle and see come morning what the difference is between the two batteries. Okay, it's dark. So this battery, oh, that's not the battery, is 0.9 kilowatts is what this battery is. So 0.9 kilowatts is what that charged during the day. This one over here charged 1.4 kilowatts during the day. Okay, so now I'll just let it go again and see overnight how much this wind turbine gains on the solar panel, since how the solar panel's not working at nighttime. And also I'll run over here and I'll get out my, okay, it took one plastic and one iron now. It's 94% durability, so it takes one plastic, one iron to fix it. I'm not going to fix it because I want to see what it is at the end of the daylight, and I'll come over to this as well. And the Lumimid takes nothing. Okay, just want to let you know my reasoning for doing this. I just want to see, well, one is which one works better through a day and night cycle. But I also wanted to do it to see which route people could go. You know, is it worth it to have all turbines, or is it worth it to have all solar panels, or is it worth it to mix them? I just wanted to see the difference. So that's the reason why I'm doing this whole thing. Because there's some people that really like wind turbines and don't like solar panels, and vice versa. So I just want to see which one was better. So we'll see when it gets daylight again. And also when it gets daylight again, I am going to unplug these both. So that way the test will be over then. And then I can write down all the stuff and give you all the goodies on all of it. Okay, as you can see, the sun is starting to come up right now. So I am going to come over here and I am just going to unhook both of them. Okay. So now we'll start over here. Okay, this is still 1.4 obviously because of the fact that there was no sun out. Okay, and I'm going to get my tool out. All right, nothing to be done with that. So there's no repairs and it's 1.4 for a full day and night cycle. Okay, now this is 1.2. So there was 0.2 kilowatts difference between the two. And I'll get this out. And it's still one plastic, one iron. It's 93.9% on durability. So it's fairly even. I mean, this is a little bit less, and there was a storm during the night, so it was like blowing harder. So it's not like this wasn't able to do nothing. So I think in conclusion, that is just a little bit less. The only thing is it does do day and night charging. But it's a little bit less than this right here, than this Lumimid would be. And it's just 1 in 1 is all it is. So in conclusion, what I looked at through a day and night cycle, this is 0.2 lower right here. This one is 1.2, so it's 0.2 lower than the Lumimid. 1.4. So that just gives you a good idea on what you want to go with. So really, it doesn't really actually matter which one you go with. It's just a matter of whether you want to keep upkeeping these the whole time. And it's over that amount of time wasn't too bad. If you catch it early, like this, it was just a day and a night cycle. That's it. So it's one plastic, and one iron. But if you were to let it go longer, it's going to be more. So I would just keep an eye on it if you do have them and just fix them when they take a low amount of materials. That's what I would do. But it is a good way when you first begin, because a lot of times you can't get a lot of these batteries built on your boat when you first open them. So it is kind of a good way to go with both of them on your boat, because of the fact that would charge this during the night. So you'd always have charge going into your boat, a constant charge all the time. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So it isn't too bad to do both of them. Just keep an eye on the wind turbine and catch it early so you can fix it. Don't let it get too far, then it takes too much to fix. So, and that would be my conclusion. I think they're fairly close, but with me, I always look for the solar panel. I like the solar panel. There's no upkeep. You just set it and forget it, is basically what you do. You hook it to your batteries, let it do its thing. You never have to worry about upkeep because over time, if this goes down enough, it actually affects what it's putting out. So it's not, it doesn't just affect, this itself. It affects this as well. So you got to think about that too. If you do happen to forget it and it gets down to 50%, well, it's going to be 50% less than what we just figured out during this video. So, say it was 2.4 kilowatts during the day. If it's only 50%, it's probably only going to be like 1.2. Or in that general vicinity. I don't know if that's how these work or not. I didn't like literally test it, but that's just how I'm thinking it would work. So, and that's my look at this. I kind of hope it helped you guys because I kind of wanted to know the answer as well. So, and I'm sure just about everybody does because I haven't, tested it or anything like that. So now that I tested it, I know the answers. So hopefully it helped everybody. And if it did, I'd appreciate it if you'd like, comment, subscribe, and have yourself a great day.